Hey, welcome to the Intentional Mind podcast. I'm your host, Ange Barnard, and today we are talking about you intentionally designing your life. Aren't we always talking about that? Yes. But today I want to share with you a strategy to really create the results that you want to create in your life. And it's all about influence. What I want to share with you is the secret to influencing other people. The secret. And why should you care about this? Because whatever it is that you want to do in your life or you want to create in your life, it's going to require you to work with other people. It's going to require you to influence someone to either want to work with you or buy from you or hire you or be on your team. Whatever it is, it involves influence. And I think when a lot of us hear the word influence, like you need to influence someone else, sometimes this can trigger the feeling in us where we're like, but like, I don't want to be manipulative, right? I don't want to be not authentic. Like I want to be myself. We act like we can't be very influential towards other people without being manipulative about it, right? Or without coming from that low energy place of like all about me. And a lot of us that listen to this show, we don't show up in the world like that. We're not all, it's all about me. We're really thinking about other people. And I'm here to tell you that you can be a very powerful influencer in a way that is high vibe, that is of the higher energy, of like you truly want what's best for everyone. Like that's your mindset, right? But you're also considering yourself. Don't be over here not considering yourself. Because some of us are all about like, what's best for everybody else except me. You know, when their people pleasing kicks in, like we're going to try to do away with that. And we're going to go to the we win perspective. Like how can it work best for all of us? Okay. So the nerd is back. If you have listened to the show in the past, you may have heard that I can be a little nerdy. Like I love to bring up the science, the studies, and I feel like I haven't been talking about those a lot lately. And to be real with you, it's because I've been so busy that I haven't really been diving into a lot of new research around things like I normally do. But today, I got a study for you. The nerd is back up in here. So we're going to talk about that study that was done about being influential. Okay? So let's just get right to it. Let me figure out how I want to start this off. Okay. So I'm going to start off with a story. So if you've been listening to the show, you know that I have an extensive background in communications consulting and career coaching. So I've helped a lot of people transition out of roles that they didn't like and create a career that they really like. Sometimes they move into new roles. Sometimes they start their own business, whatever it is. I help them intentionally design their life. And I'm all about the whole picture, right? Well, with that being said, I've had a lot of people ask me about what makes someone successful when it comes to, as I would say, intentionally designing your life or intentionally designing your career compared to those that aren't successful. And there's so many things, right, that are factors. And there's things that I've said, like I've said it's courage, you know, it's curiosity. It's being of like a higher energy and keeping your mindset there and going after opportunities. But when you really think about it, like I have been doing lately, what it's really about is influence. It's like these people know how to influence someone else to give them an opportunity or to work with them if they're starting a new business, right? And I always thought that it was all about their energy, like their energy being higher. And I do think that is a big piece of it. I do. But what I've discovered is it's actually more about clarity. Clarity is the secret to being influential. That's what I'm trying to say here. I am saying here. Clarity is the secret. And a lot of people today don't show up with clarity around what it is that they want with their life. This is why I'm so passionate about my Clarify Your Vision course. It's because I feel like when you get clear about what it is you want with your life or the direction you want to take your life, there is so much energy that builds up with that and you just go after it. And then you're willing to be more brave, you know, because you know what it is you're working towards. A lot of us are just checking boxes, going through the motions. And that feels gross. We don't want a life like that. Okay, so clarity is the key. Because when I went back and I looked at people that I've worked with in the past, when I've looked at can I talk today? When I've looked at people that I've worked with in the past or analyzed them that have been successful and now they're doing work that they really love, they've designed a career that they really love, they all got really clear about what it was that they wanted. And then they did things that aligned with that vision, right? They talked to people that were in alignment with that vision. They created an environment that aligned with that vision. They built habits that aligned with that vision. And that's how they became that person with that kind of career that they love, right? It started with clarity. It always starts there. So if you are not clear about what it is that you want to be doing next, and you feel this tug that you are meant for more, please reach out to me. I officially have a website now that you can go to. It's angebarnard.com. You can actually send me an email anytime at just whatever word you want to choose. You can say podcast@angebarnard.com and I will receive that email. Okay, so clarity. Let's talk more about that in the study that I want to tell you. So, let me back up. So when I was analyzing these people, so I thought it was all about energy. Myself used to think that, like, of higher energy. But we actually do an energy leadership index assessment. It's an assessment that you take that gives you back results that are like, I don't know, it's multiple pages long. I think I sent one to my client the other day. It was like 20 pages long or something because I gave her some additional pages up in there. But anyways, you get this full report. And what it does is it looks at how you're seeing the world. Like, how there's like the Enneagram or Myers-Briggs, like those kinds of tests, what they do is they tell you like, hey, this is your personality type or this is your Enneagram, right? And these are characteristics about yourself. And now that you know this about yourself, you can use this information to be more intentional about how you show up, right? Well, the Energy Leadership Index assessment is different. It looks at how you see the world, right? From what energetic perspective you see the world. And then when we dive deeper into it, because we do these debriefs, then we talk about where is the catabolic energy, that draining kind of energy, where is that showing up in your life? What is triggering that? And when we shine a light on those things, we can help you then shift your energy, shift your perspective of the way that you see things, get the things that are not serving you out of your life or the thoughts that aren't serving you out of your life to release that energy, kind of like the hot air balloon. We have the sandbags that hold you down. We want to release those sandbags so that we can help you rise. And if you're familiar with where you're getting pulled down, and a lot of us think we are, but it's usually a lot deeper than what we think. Sometimes we're like, oh, it's my boss, it's my significant other, it's my, job, it's these people. But sometimes always, it's deeper than that. It's what you think about that situation. It's what you think about that person. It's the values being out of alignment. It's the environment being out of alignment. It's all that stuff. And the assessment helps you do that, like see. So you can also take an assessment. If you've been interested in coaching and you're like, well, I don't want to invest in a whole package, you can also just invest in an Energy Leadership Index assessment. And that's going to help you so much. And right now we have 2 sessions that go with that. So you can go on the site and you can also see that. If you go under coaching, you hover, go down to energy assessment, or forget how I worded it there, you'll see it. And then you'll see all the details about that. But the whole point of this is that, so I used to think that those that were influential, that could create the opportunities that they wanted, they all had this higher energy perspective, right? And that's what made them successful. And as I said, it's a piece of it. But when I've been doing these assessments with people, there are actually people that score the lowest on the assessment because it's just a matter of it's called the average resonating level. The higher your average resonating level, research shows that you are much more satisfied in all areas of your life. You're creating more success in all areas of your life per your definition, right? You're more fulfilled with the average resonating level being higher. That's what we see in the data, right? But what I've noticed is some of the people I've worked with, they've actually been able to transform their lives so much, but yet their original average resonating level was significantly lower. And so I'm like, well, then it's not just about the energy. So then what is it about? then what it's about is the clarity. Because what happens is these people get really clear about what it is they want, and everything changes from there. And then I think from when that clarity comes in, the energy rises. You get more excited about life. You know what you're working towards. You can be more intentional with your time and energy because you know what you're working towards. Because you can't be if you don't know what you're working towards, right? Okay, so that's what I've noticed. All right. So the study, let's talk about it. I was so excited when I heard this the other day because I started like noticing this trend and I was like, well, I geek out about it, being clear about your vision all day long. But to see the science that backs it up really gets me excited. To see that it's connected to influence and the thing that we need to take us to the next level, that got me excited. Okay, so what I found was, Shark Tank, the show. I love Shark Tank. I love watching it. It's so fun. I think when they're so brave to get up there, and I love to hear them be creative in their pitch, all the things. I love to watch them try to influence the sharks to give them a deal and what works. So, Vanessa Van Edwards with the School of People, or the Science of People, her work that she does, what I'm trying to say. She and her partner did a study where they analyzed, I think it was like 400 and it was over 450, I want to say, something like that, just under 500 Shark Tank pitches. So they analyzed them and they were looking to see what were the factors that caused someone to get a deal. And is there commonalities among these factors? And the commonality that they found amongst the pitches that got deals was this. They were clear about what it was that they wanted. So when they came in, they weren't like, hey, I'm here. I want a deal. I want to work a deal with you guys, because that doesn't sound super clear. They would say things like, hey, sharks, I'm looking for a 50% partner to help me take this product and get it in all major retail stores across the world, right? So like that level of specificity, like that level of clarity they came in with. I don't know if you guys can hear my husband's mowing the lawn and it's kind of loud. We're getting ready for our Airbnb guests to show up. We're about to go do a really long bike ride for this weekend as I prepare to ride the RAGBRAI, which is the ride across Iowa, 500 miles coming up in July. That's what's happening in my life. Another vision that I'm working towards. Anyhow, so with Shark Tank, this is how people were getting the deals. It was like that clarity was there. And think about it. When you come in and you know what it is you want, people respond to you differently. They're like, Queen vibes over here. She knows what she wants. Or King vibes over here. He knows what he wants. And that energy is very influential when you're coming in knowing what you want. Now, the other energy that I see with a lot of people when I've been working with people when it comes to career coaching is they will come in really confused. And they're like, yeah, I don't know what I want. I don't know. It's so frustrating. I know I don't want this, but I don't know what it is I want exactly, or I have an idea, but I don't know how to get there. And it's like there's a lot of overwhelm. There's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of feeling stuck. What kind of energy do you think that is? That's catabolic energy. And no shame for going there because we all go there. We're humans. But I'm telling you, with that kind of energy too, it is hard to really move forward. So what helps you a lot is to deep dive and really try to think about what is it that you want with your life? What are your values? Ideally, allow yourself to dream. What do you want your days to look like? What's really important to you? Like, what kind of impact do you want to make? And who would that involve? Like, we really got to get clear about that. What are your gifts and talents? What are your strengths? How do you want to use them? All of that stuff. And that's the work that I do with a lot of people is like, let's get that clarity. And when that clarity starts coming in, it doesn't have to be crystal clear. But when it starts coming in, you're like, ooh, maybe I could try to pursue this thing. Maybe this could be fun. You start getting curious, right? And then you start getting more clarity as you step out and you test some things out. But the thing here is the energy starts shifting as you gain that clarity, because curiosity is of a higher energy. That's anabolic energy. Confusion, feeling stuck, right? Overwhelmed. That's catabolic energy. So that's the difference there. And as your energy rises, as you get that clarity, things start to come in your life, right? And you start to take action in ways that you've never done before. You start to up level. Okay. So I thought that study was so cool because it showed that clarity, people coming in clear, king, queen vibes, right? Like walk in like you know yourself, like you know what you want. That energy is contagious and it's very influential. Because let me tell you this, what kind of leader do you want to follow? Do you want to follow a leader that's like, oh, I'm not sure what to do. I'm confused. I want to hide, No. Like, in fact, when we go into a room, even research shows this, is like we look and scan to see who to follow, who's the leader of the pack. We look around, and what do you think we're looking for? Subconsciously, even. What's happening is we're looking for people that stand tall, open body language, that look like a winner, that look like a leader, like someone I'd want to follow, that show up and say things like they know what they want. They ask for what they want. It's that kind of energy of that clarity. They're specific. They're bold. King, queen vibes. I'll say that all day long, right? And that's the kind of person you want to be in your life. So what I'm telling you now is if you don't feel like you have the clarity that you need, what are you going to do to get it? Because you're going to need to influence people along the way to design the life that you want. And the first step to being the most powerful influencer person is clarity. Because we look to follow, we look to listen to people who are clear about what it is they want. Why do you think they say all the time in the entrepreneurship world, there's riches in the niches? When you start niching down, you start getting very clear about who you are serving and how you can help. The riches come with that. You become very influential with that kind of energy. It just feels so good. This whole thing has taken my mind, I don't know, to a whole nother level when it comes to clarity. Like, I'm so excited to help more people get clarity around what they want with their life, around what they want with their career, because there's so much power in that. And when I look back in my life, about like all the amazing things I've been able to bring into my life because of God, first and foremost. And because I really believe that I asked God for those things. I was clear about what I wanted. The Bible even talks about that. Like, God wants you to ask for what it is you want. Wants you to, like, you got to get clear about what it is you want before you ask for it, and then things can work for you. So I even think about, my husband right now mowing the lawn. And it's like, I don't know, like, can you relate to me? Tell me. I think it is so, I'm going to use the word sexy. It's so sexy to watch a guy get stuff done. Like, acts of service is my language, okay? I love language. Acts of service. Like, do things for me, please. Here's a whole list, honey. Go out there and do the things. Blow this area, mow the lawn, take my bags outside, take the garbage out. All the things. Go get me some food. Go get me a coffee. Like, I know. Queen vibes. But I just think it's cool. Like, I will take pictures of him when he's working outside, like digging the dirt, doing landscaping or something. And I'm like, that's sexy. I love him. Can you relate? Let me know. Nod if you can. Okay. So what else did I want to tell you? So clarity is key is the whole point. That's what's going to make you more influential. And then can I real quick, because I got nerd out over here. Y'all. I'm changing the way I be talking to people lately. Okay, let me tell you. I know that wasn't proper English, but that's how I speak. But this is what I learned too in another study about how you're so much more, I think it was like 40% more likely to do something when you are told to do it in a way that involves a dopamine sparking word. And high energy word. And what sparks dopamine for us, that feel good hormone? Anything new or different. That means when you meet someone, right? What do? We say, hi, so-and-so, how are you? Yeah, everybody says that. Every single person goes out, not every person, but you know what I mean. The majority of people say that. It's boring. A lot of times we don't even answer it because we know they don't really care about how we are. They're just asking it because you're like used to saying that. It's out of habit, right? It's the same old, same old. That's not dopamine releasing. That doesn't make people feel like, yeah, I'm excited to talk to you, right? And when you want to be influential, you also want to make people feel good when they hear from you, right? Because 95% of the decisions we make because of the way we feel. So the most powerful influencers know how to make people feel good. Or if you're going to influence in a negative way, you know how to make them feel scared, and then they'll do something. That's very motivational too. Not in the way that I want to be motivating people, but that's out there too as far as influence. But it's all about feeling. Okay, I feel like the mowing is getting louder and louder. So my whole point here is this. I want you, like, as you're going out this summer, you're meeting new people, feeling the vibes, feeling good. I want you to practice not saying, I know I shouldn't even say this because your subconscious doesn't know negatives, but like, don't be going out there being like, hi, how are you? Like, let's find another way to greet people. Let's add dopamine sparking words. So what's a dopamine sparking word? High energy word. So what I've been doing is when I talk to someone, instead of, even if like I've been doing a lot of stuff around real estate investing and learning a lot about that, so I've been growing my network, meeting all kinds of amazing people. And I don't call them and say, hi, how are you? Or hi, it's Angela, how are you? No, I say, hi, so-and-so by their name. I'm so excited to talk with you. I've been looking forward to talking to you. They're not used to hearing that right off the bat. A lot of times people are like, how are you? So it's slightly different. And excited is a dopamine sparking word. Your brain thinks of excitement when you say it, right? It can be, just think of any other way to greet people. Think about your first impressions when you meet people. Are you sparking dopamine for people? Are you coming in with the same old boring stuff? This is true too for all my career coaching clients. Like, we talk a lot about when you are seeking a new opportunity, like how do you talk to the person that you're trying to influence to work with you or to hire you or to invest in you? Are you doing the same old stuff? Are you showing up like, well, let me show you my resume, or let me show you my services. Let me show you. Are you coming in being like, even a meeting, are you showing up in the meeting and being like, okay, so today, guys, we have our slides. We're going to go over the slides. Oh, or you start the meeting like, hi, everyone. How was your weekend? Everyone had a good weekend? We're going to wait about 2 more minutes. Let everybody get a chance to pop on the Zoom. And then we'll start off with the agenda, and then we'll go, okay, everybody does that. That's not dopamine sparking at all, right? Don't you want people to feel good, right? So think about new ways, something different that you haven't done before. Maybe you started off with like another icebreaker, like I'm thinking about meetings, or maybe when you have your interview, or there's so many situations, you meet someone new. It's like, what are you saying that's different than what you think they're used to hearing, and what's exciting about it? Like maybe you, like the other day, had an interview and I went outside, an interview about a new contract. Anyways, I went outside and I have like the lake view, because of where I live now, and it's so peaceful. It's so beautiful. So I sat out there, I turned it on, and I was like, this setting is just different than what they're used to seeing on the camera, versus an office. And that changed the energy when they're like, whoa, where are you? That's pretty, right? It started off there. So I put a new setting, and I started off by saying like, hey, I started talking about my environment right away. Called them by the name. It was different than what they probably expected, the energy. I like to see everybody as a friend. Like when I go out, I'm like, ooh, I'm here to make a new friend. Tribe mentality. Also, you're targeting the subconscious part of people's minds. That's the part that's most influential. Tribe. How you're like each other. So one of the best things that you can bring up is how you have something in common with someone. If you're meeting someone new, whether that's a client, you're interviewing, or just straight up going out meeting people in town, like point out, hey, I noticed this about you. We have this in common. I like that too. Dopamine sparker. So I just want to give you that quick little tip as you're out this summer and you're looking for opportunities and you're maximizing living your best life. You got to know how to talk to people too. You got to be bringing in that good energy wherever you are, because we need it out there. Like the world needs it. And this is the other thing. If you are in a negative environment, I don't want you to be a victim of that environment. You are a powerful influencer of energy. You always are. So what can you do to lift the energy up there? Right? Because you're powerful. What can you do? And if you feel like, no, like this energy ain't raising here. Like I've been around this place for a while. It ain't going up. Then maybe you need to choose a different environment so that your energy can stay higher, because energy is contagious. And the quickest way for you not to intentionally design your life is to let someone else intentionally design your life. Let their energy design your life. No, we ain't about that. We're intentional over here. And in order for you to be intentional, you need that vision. You got to be clear about what it is that you're working towards. And then you got to figure out what you need to do to align with that vision. What needs to change in your environment? Because I guarantee you things need to be changing in your environment. People need to be changing in your environment. Who you're surrounding yourself with, right? Because before I decided to even this new path of investing, real estate investing, I didn't know anything about real estate investing. I still am learning. There's so much to learn. But now I have people in my life that I didn't have before. You know, I know more people now, the different loan friendly investors or other people that want to partner, realtors, contractors, Airbnb hosts, other Airbnb hosts. Like, my network has changed so much because I've decided I had another vision. That means my environment had to change. The people I spent time with had to change. That's why I love Commit to Your Vision. By the way, Commit to Your Vision is launching in September, the next round. If you want to be on that wait list, you can go to the website and you look for Commit to Your Vision and you can sign up to be on that list. You can see all the details there. We're bringing it. This next round, we have a retreat at the end. You got one-on-one sessions. You get to get clear, even more clear around what it is that you want at the beginning. And then we figure out the recipe. What does it take for you to bring that dream into reality, truly? What's the environment you need? What do you need to be thinking? How do you need to act? Like, that's the stuff people don't do. And that's why they don't bring their vision into reality. And we need to align all those things or it doesn't happen. All right. Clearly, I'm very passionate about this because this is the thing. I don't want you to be on your deathbed, to be looking back and being like, I wish I would have lived my life differently. I wish I would have went after the things on my heart. I wish I wouldn't have just done what everybody else wanted me to. I don't want that to be you. And you don't want that to be you. So if you're really hearing me, like you feel like a little kick in the butt with that statement, I want you to do something about it. What are you going to do to design the life that you want? Because tomorrow's not promised. Like, we don't know how much time we have here. But what we know for sure is that you're here for a reason. You have gifts that God has given you for a reason to make an impact that only you can. And the thing is, like, are you going after it? Like, are you actually using the gifts that you've been given in a way that feels good to you? Are you just settling, for what is? Because I'm telling you, if you feel that tug, it means you were meant for more. And I think we're always ready to like up level, next level. And this is the energy I want you to be at, is I'm grateful for where I am. And I'm excited about where I'm going. Not like I hate this sucks, and I want to be out of this, because that's catabolic energy. But like, stop, appreciate that everything that has happened for you. Even if you're in a situation that you don't want to be in, this is serving you. This is helping you get to be that next level version of yourself. And I guarantee you will use the knowledge that you've gained, right? I know that for sure. There's a reason. But you get to decide. You don't get to decide your past because all said and done, or how you grew up or any of that stuff. But you get to decide who you're going to be as you move forward. If you feel a tug, then listen to that tug and go after it. One life here. No regrets. All right. That's it. And the thing is, like, in a nutshell, you want to be really influential. How can you be more clear? Like, even when you talk to people, be more clear about what it is you're asking them to do. Like, as a leader, be clear in your communication. Be clear in what it is that you want so that you know how to align your time and energy. All that. I think about even like influencing my husband to do something. Like, I'm just thinking about this. It's like, the more clear I am with what it is I want, the more he's going to be able to follow through and do the thing. So even just as a leader, as a mom, as, a wife or sister, whatever it is, like, clarity is key. Okay, that's all. I hope you have an amazing day. I will talk to you soon. If you've been listening to the show and you haven't left us a review, please do so. All the stars, write the review. Thank you so much. It truly helps the show grow. And I'm excited just to connect with everyone. Oh my gosh, I have so many other conferences coming up that I want y'all to be at. Oh, by the way, okay, If you are in the Denver area, or if you just want to go to an amazing conference, I highly encourage you to go to Keisha of Empower Her podcast, her conference, Empower Her Live. It's happening in September, and I will add the details into the show notes of this episode. And I have an affiliate code, which means you get $50 off if you type in Angela, all caps. I don't know if that matters. But the thing is, I would invite you to go. If you want to like be in a room with amazing, just poured into amazing speakers, people like you that want to grow and be better, and you want to hang out with us, because I have a group of us going. We're actually going out for dinner with each other out in Denver. So if that's something you want to do in the fall, definitely sign up. Like I can even help you figure out if you need a roommate. We can figure this thing out. But it would be just really cool to meet you. And then I have an event coming up in October in Indiana. So if you're curious about that one, holla, message me if you're in the area. That is an event I'm hosting with a group of other coaches, and that's going to be in the fall, 3-day event. I'm just trying to figure out where you're located. I'm also going to Lewis's House event, the whole greatness summit that he does in Columbus, Ohio. That's also happening in the fall. There's a lot of stuff happening in the fall. I'm going to that. If you feel like you want to go to any of these based on your location, then this is all fall stuff. Message me, because I can send you the details. We can work it out and we can see each other. And I already have other groups of people going. So it's going to be really freaking fun. So I want you to be part of all of these things. And that's it. Like, get yourself in the right rooms. That is hands down how I've created the amazing things I have in my life. Is one, I got clear about what I wanted. And then I thought about, like, who did I need to be and who did I need to surround myself with? I couldn't keep hanging out with people who didn't dream bigger. Like, that was never going to get me to where I wanted. I need to be surrounded by the right kind of energy, the right kind of people that got me, that want to grow too, that aren't trying to settle in this life. So anyways, holla. Have an awesome day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.